The 100,000 line has been breached, more Gigafactory details, a major supercharger route has been completed, and Tesla makes another major hire. Here are your Tesla tidbits for January 11th, 2017. Electrek reports that with the most recent delivery announcement, Tesla has crossed the 100,000 vehicles delivered mark in the U.S. This is an important milestone as it means that Tesla is halfway to the mark which begins depreciation of the federal tax credit. This, unfortunately for us Model 3 reservation holders, means that fewer of us are likely to receive the full tax credit, or even any credit at all for that matter. For those unfamiliar, once Tesla reaches 200,000 cars sold in the U.S., the $7,500 that owners can claim will be reduced by half for the 6 months following the quarter that the milestone is reached in. It is then reduced by half again in the 6 months following this, and then eliminated following that. Tesla sales have only steadily increased, so it stands to reason that the tax credit may only last through the end of 2018, assuming that the Model 3 is released on time. Tesla could do its best to time things up to ensure the maximum benefit for all purchasers, but there's no guarantee for this, and also no guarantee that even if they do attempt to do so, that they'll be successful. It's a good problem for the company to have, just an inconvenient one for us Model 3 reservation holders. Staying with Electrek, Tesla has let go some more details regarding the Gigafactory. It's been the plan all along that the factory would be powered by the sun, and now we know exactly how much power will be needed. It looks as though there will be a rooftop array as well as a ground installation, and together they'll total 70 megawatts of power. A handout distributed at the event back on the 4th said, quote, GF1 is an all-electric factory with no fossil fuels, natural gas, or petroleum directly consumed. We will be using 100% sustainable energy through a combination of a 70-megawatt solar rooftop array and solar ground installations. The solar rooftop array is roughly 7 times larger than the largest rooftop solar system installed today, end quote. Also included in the handout was information on the climate control system, water treatment, and cell recycling. Quote, all electric allows for greater efficiency in the factory itself, along with zero carbon emissions. A large portion of building heating is provided by waste heat recovered from production processes. Gigafactory's closed-loop water supply system uses 6 different treatment systems to efficiently recirculate about 1.5 million liters of water, representing an 80% reduction in freshwater usage compared with standard processes. Construction is underway for an on-site recycling facility that will safely reprocess all types of Tesla battery cells, modules, and packs into various metal products for reuse in new cells, end quote. The document went on to further detail just how Tesla lowered the capital cost per gigawatt hour to increase the originally expected output of the factory, as well as how they dropped the per kilowatt hour cost of the cells in the battery packs. You can find the whole document at the link in the show description. There's some snazzy graphics worth having a look at. Teslarati brings good news to Australian owners. The supercharger network now completely spans a route between Brisbane and Melbourne. The new stations in Knockrow, Heatherbrae, and Coffs Harbour completed a 1,000-mile-long corridor between the two cities. Now, there is a small asterisk on this, as the Coffs Harbour site has only 2 temporary stalls currently in service. Tesla says this will be replaced with a permanent location nearby at a later date. Australian Tesla owners currently have 11 active stations in the country, with 2 currently under construction in Ballarat and Keith. Tesla hopes to have 18 completed by the end of 2017, one being as far as Perth. Finally, Tesla tweeted out a link to its blog that it's made another important hire. Chris Latner was brought aboard to be the new VP of Autopilot software. Latner was an 11-year veteran of Apple, credited with developing the Swift programming language. He also was the lead author of the LLVM compiler infrastructure, which is an open-source project used by many commercial products as well as academic research. They closed by thanking Jinnah Hussain, who is the SpaceX Vice President of Software that has been filling this role before the hire. Now, there's a heck of a thing to have on your resume. Served as VP of Software for 2 of the highest tech companies in the U.S.? I think you could write your ticket anywhere with that kind of resume. Check out the links to today's full stories in the show description. If you get some value out of the show, please consider supporting me at patreon.com/Tesla Tidbits. Thanks to my super patrons John Waltower and Drew Schuyler for their support at the $10 plus level. As usual, if you have nothing to spare, it's no big deal. You can still support the show for free with positive reviews and by spreading word of the show. If you have feedback for me, the best way to be heard is to tweet at Tesla Tidbits. That's it for today. I'll see you back here again tomorrow. Until then, keep it charged and hit the road.